All right, what is up, everybody? For today, if you haven't looked at the title already, we have something new. So last time that I tried to what's the word? I guess stream, or a previous time that I tried to stream, I did try to show this magic card, this collector's booster for this Phyrexia on Shelby One. It was the newest one. I think this is the yeah no. This was the last set they dropped in what, March or February, and I didn't really like my usual spots that I get cards. I didn't really see them anywhere, so I didn't when the recording to or when my live stream for that day, it like messed up and stopped recording. Um, I lost the chance to show off those cards. So today, I want to make sure. Hold on, people talking to me. All right, so I'm trying to get to go to here, go to this, then I do this. Cool. Okay. Just make sure my stream's running, and I will know hopefully as soon as it's not running. All right, so we're gonna keep that there, so y'all can see my pretty hands. The reason why the quality of my cameras are two different types, I guess, is because that doesn't really work. Wait, what do I do? Okay, I'm gonna try to do something real quick. I like that way better. So I'm zooming in on my face, because you don't really need to see all this stuff. This is what this camera is for. But yeah, I gotta use my Oh wait, it like. Oh wait, no. I thought I broke the thing with how I did it. But so what I'm going to do is I want to show off what we got here. So we have one March of the Machines. We have the big ass bundle. It's 20 traditional lands and foil lands, a die, an alt art for Galta and Maverin. I don't know who that is. I get the themed box and eight 12 card packs. So pretty much eight set boosters. So 12 cards of the set. This is kind of what it looks like on the back. I kind of just want to show off because like I like these kind of. I've always liked ever since getting into Magic, seeing the box openings. But some of them just be like, oh yeah, like this is the box, this is what it looks like. These are the cool cards, and we're done. Like I get the bundle, they do a little bit differently, but things like this is the commander, for Phyrexia that I saw. So I was like, I want to grab a Phyrexian bundle since I saw it, and then I have a March of the Machine one as well. And I kind of like because both these are it's a red, green, white, and a red and white deck. And I have plain chase cards. So I'm probably going to open up this Phyrexian commander first. Then I will do the March of the Machines commander, and then I will do the March of the Machine bundle. So they have this little like joke. Can y'all see that? I don't think I've ever seen that on any of the other commander boxes I've had. Because I'm used to that when it's like my D&D. They have like a little disclaimer blurb. Oh shoot! Dropped in the box. I kind of wish I kept some of my boxes. Not gonna lie, but like, I'm not that pressed about them. So, okay, there's a new thing that they use, Charge. I'm guessing it is a token ability that's going to be either new to this bundle or reintroduced to this bundle. Because I'm still getting used to the whole, like, community within D&D. You know what I'm going to try to do? I want to get music in the background. I'm so used to like playing games. Oh, okay. I'm gonna set up something real quick. I didn't think about music until now, but I'm so used to playing games that already have a, you know, my voice isn't the only audio y'all are hearing. That I want to get this set up. Dog, is that not my... So, like, hold on, if I just do this... For some reason, I can't put my custom URL for my YouTube channel. That kind of sucks. I'm not... Alright, so then... Let's see. Let's see. There's no way there's just a playlist called Poggers. Primal Beat. We're not listening to that. League of Legends. Nah. I'm gonna listen to some of these to see.
You know, I'd really like to become a dubstep producer.
Okay. I'm kind of liking the EDM, but I don't know if it's cool for this. I wanna. Oh yeah, R&B. Yeah. So I'm gonna. Cool. I don't. That's not. I'm just gonna turn it down. I want it. Cool, chill background music as we do these openings, and I wanted something that I would enjoy, but I would also think my viewers, you guys, would enjoy. I don't know why I do that. So I'm just getting all the punches out. I really like. So like the thing I really enjoy with like everything about Magic's as they add on to things, even when they like, what's the word, like they come back to universes and stories and plot lines, like they have we always get like a new magic symbol styled to fit the theme. So from my knowledge of March of the Machine, it seems like we are returning to Phyrexia, and Elish Norn, one of the 5 Phyrexian praetors or whatever, is heeding the way now. I kind of want to get into the lore because like the first Magic set I really got into was New Capenna and Kamigawa, because they are 2 eras that I really like in actual history, as in like a cyberpunk, but like a Japanese cyberpunk styled area, and then New Capenna is based off of like your typical, like I would say like American gangster mafia kind of deal, kind of 1920s era mafia type. So we got these counters. It's just 1/1s charge counters. I kind of like the I guess you guys can't really see those. It sucks because all the shiny stuff is like hard to see on camera, so that's cool. But we got the box. I really like this chick. She kind of reminds me of like a futuristic Augustine from Infamous Second Son. Is that Augustine from? Yeah, Augustine. She's like the Earth Stone conduit. I'm surprised that I still remember some of that stuff, even though I have played Infamous Second Son quite a few times. So, playing life counter, that kind of sucks. I have one that like, oh dude, I just saw it not too long ago. It's probably like my favorite counter. I'm pretty sure it came from Kamigawa, and it was like, oh shit, Nezuko, I'm sorry. I believe it was as I was saying, it was like a spirit dragon, and I hands down say that it will always be one of my favorite life counters, even though when I play it we're always using our phones, but like if and when I do, that's gonna be my life counter. Okay, so I got the little page that always comes with these pre-builds that show, I guess, like a poster and a blurb about the character. That's like the commander and just like what their deck kind of entails. The Yeli. So the commander's name is Nayali Sun's Vanguard, a legendary creature, human rebel, red and white. The 2 red and white, I should say. Leads the Maran resistance to take back the plane that Phyrexia stole. Assembled a wide army of creatures, tokens, and arm them with the finest weapons that Mirin have to offer. This deck offers a strategic and potent gameplay and to master combat and attack your opponents with your token rebellion. So she's a rebel leader in the Miran. Oh, I think I do remember. I remember reading about them here recently. They are the original plane dwellers of Phyrexia before it was Phyrexia. Or I think New Phyrexia. Because it was like a planet and then it became Phyrexia. Or something like that. I remember that there was people there before. Prior to the Phyrexian invasion, Nayeli lived in the Oxida chain as part of the tribe of the Helm. She trained in native birds to deliver messages between. I thought I could read this upside down. Holy shit, no, I can't. I forgot there's like not completely English words. Messages between Volshok tribes. One day she found a glowing egg that seemed abandoned by its parents, so she took it to raise it. But then the Phyrexians attacked her village. Hey, no, this is. That got the music got a little bit too loud. Nayeli and her egg were the only survivors of the massacre. She wandered the ruins of Myrax for weeks, looking for signs of life. She told herself she had to keep going to protect this egg that was all that remained of her home. Just when she thought she might be safe, she found herself surrounded by Phyrexian centurions. But right before she collapsed, her dedication was rewarded. The egg cracked, bringing a phoenix that burned with the very fire of resistance. The phoenix, Othari, burned the Phyrexian aggressions to ash to save Nayeli and lead her to Slagmaw, a Mirran resistance camp. The rebels used Hexgol to craft special falconer gloves for Nayeli, giving her and her birds matching powers to pound and crush their shared enemy. Since then, her flock has vastly expanded, and Phoenix had become a symbol of hope for a restored Phyrexian. She got a vibe treatment, dog. It comes from broken people. The people get absolutely punked on one time, and she gets crazy mechanical gloves. This is vibe, bro. I like it. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, it just gives me vibes. I don't know if you saw. This is just the blurb with the picture. Oh no, because this is like her. This is okay. This is like her portrait on her commander box, and then the other side is a portrait on her commander card. Alright, and then we have a single collector booster sample pack. And this is what I like, as like I like the Phyrexians as a card based tribe, I guess. Lore based too. I think they're full lore based. But like it's not I don't have a lot of Phyrexians. I have Jake Taxes, and he's my favorite because he was my first mono-colored commander. Ah, dang. I wish I used something for the magic flavor. Whoa! These cards that I just pulled? Hold on. I kind of like just the look of them. Like, I don't know what they do yet. So, I have this. The Bladed Ambassador. I don't know why I really like the black and white with the foil. He looks really cool. I mean, I can't really make it to like, maybe I can show y'all. Can I show you on this camera what the text is? It's like the best I can do, I think. Unless I like. No, the lighting is just always a little bit too much for my camera. I need the light for my cards because I want to see them. So, creature, Phyrexian soldier, a 1 yellow, or yellow? White. Bladed Ambassador enters the battlefield with an oil counter. Okay, so I remember the oil counters coming up, but I never really looked into not what they do, but like how they're used. Like what's the strategy? Because I feel like some counters have different strategies over others. Remove an oil counter from Bladed Ambassador for 1 mana. Bladed Ambassador gains indestructible until end of turn. Obedience is the armor that turns any blade. And then I like that card art, but this Lux Artillery. Whenever you cast an artifact creature spell, it gains Sunburst at the beginning of your end step. There are 30 or more counters among artifacts and creatures you control. Lux Artillery deals 10 damage to each opponent. What? But what does Sun... Now I gotta look up what Sunburst does, because it doesn't explain it, unless this is what Sunburst is. Because I don't like reading the like the keywords without knowing like what they do. Oh, this is like an old. This Sunburst. This enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 or charge counter on it for each color of mana spent to cost it. So either gets a 1/1 or a charge counter. Okay. An artifact creature with subpersons only for each color. Non-artifact creature enters some with one charge card on it for each color. Oh. No, I did not read it. So if it's a creature, if it's an artifact creature, it gets a 1/1. And if it's just an artifact, it gets a charge. And a charge counter. It's only used in the Sunburst. Okay, so charge counter is only used with Sunburst. So this is a card that literally will go with the commander deck. But what exactly does the charge counter do? Summary is a that functions as an object. Summary means that the object entering play as a creature, ignoring any type changing effects. It gets 1/1 for each color mana spent on it. Otherwise, it enters the battlefield with a charge counter. That otherwise being if it's just not an artifact creature. And it has to be colored mana. It can't be default mana. It's for each unique instance of colored mana. So if it's a... They have an example of 6 mana non-creature has 2 basic mana, 1 blue, 2 black, 1 red. That's 3 unique colored mana. It gets 3 charge counters. And this is the only card that grants Sunburst. What is... So what does a charge counter do? Like, I don't... I'm trying to understand what... I guess I'm not understanding what they exactly do for... Like what does that counter specifically do for you? Like, that's... Am I dumb? I feel like I'm the dumb one here. So there's just a counter resource, I guess. Okay, so it's one of those things where I put counters on creatures, and when the things have counters, eventually I'll be able to like use another creature's ability to be like remove charge counters, do thing. That's the only thing I was honestly trying to understand. And I was like, what do I use charges for? Like, are they just? I feel like if it's not in the sets, like I learn as I go for a lot of these things. So as I bring back things or certain keywords are like instead of I guess like fixing a certain keyword or tactic or like ability, they kind of reinvent the ability under a new name, and that name usually coincides with thematically with whatever what's the phrase I'm looking for, the like set that they're with. um don't know, because I was reading about charge. I was like, oh yeah, like it got kind of used in this other card type. I'm gonna put you over here because once I get through this, I have to go through some cards because I gotta sell some magic cards. Not like no. I feel like I have enough that like I can get rid of some ones that I don't use that are just not in decks that I have right now. Like I'm only slowly getting back into not like back into Magic, but I kind of just didn't play it for a few months. And in those few months, they started dropping more, so I was like, oh, I gotta like catch up, like get some new packs and stuff. And now I gotta see if I can like actually make decks, because this is the first commander I've bought in quite a long time. Honestly, I can't remember the last commander I bought. I don't think I bought the The last big set box I bought was the D&D one that dropped not too long ago with the barbarian with the squirrel or chipmunk he has, the pet. And ever since then, yeah, I haven't really bought any, nor have I, like, I've only been building decks. My existing pre-builds, I've been adding cards that don't come with it just to make them a little bit better. I made a Teemit dragon deck. I just like dragons, and I have a lot of dragons from the D&D, so I was like, oh hey, I have enough to like make a deck. But I think this is gonna be cool. We got angel tokens. Cause like what I wish I could do with my Hi. That's just not gonna work. I'm gonna... Y'all see that moving. I do it like this. Ooh, okay. Okay. I just need something like... I just put something to hold my camera down. My camera is literally like this high off my mat. And I kind of feel like the light still kind of fucks with it. I think, okay, hold on. I've never done this before, so I'm still trying to get things in an optimal sense. Man, I'm just trying to get a nice... Oh. I can't like auto that. That controls absolutely nothing about my camera. Alright, well... anything that looks like it changed my other camera a little bit too much. But we got this angel token. Flying Vigilance. Soldier token with just vigilance on the back. 4/4 angel token. Hold up. I will say, some white decks have some pretty nasty tokens. And it makes me wish I could either utilize the tokens or utilize white decks more. Both for real. And we have like different art for all of them. That's what I like. Different angel. Oh, well, oh, because that's just flying. It's flying vigilance. That's just a basic soldier token. That's a 2/2 soldier with vigilance. I really like this female knight though. Very flowy dress too, even though that's like wholly impractical. We got some human soldier. That doesn't look like it's from Phyrexia. That looks like it's from what is it? Innistrad and like their decks, Midnight Hunt and all that. Elephant card or token. Oh, new human token. I kind of like that. It's like an average human. Spirit, flying spirit. I have that from Millicent. That's an interesting cat token, I guess. Then on the back, we got a burb. Nileli seems to like birds, so. A rebel that looks like Nayeli. We got a Goblin. Whee! Got this soldier. I very hope that I don't have something in this deck that to summon a 10/10 Eldrazi token. Because, like, if I find a thing that can summon a 10/10 Eldrazi token, I am going to play to summon a 10/10 Eldrazi token. Got a Thopter. Typical token. And a mirror. Ooh, it's a creature. So that must be mechanical. And we got dragon. Kobold of Kirkeep. That honestly just looks like a goblin, not like a kobold to me, but then we got, oh my god, I don't know what that was on the back. Golem. And it's a star, so that's probably connected to a special card. The Monarch. What are those kind of pass the token around? We get to do something. That very cool end step token. And end game, I would say. Like when I'm set up, I can use creatures to not take damage, so only I benefit from drawing cards. Or I can give it to you because you have no cards, and at every end step, you're drawing one more time. I'm kind of falling for this music. Kind of seemed like some lo-fi hip-hop type beat. So, this I kind of want to show you these two because I think these are just really cool. This is the, what is it called? The commander. This is satiated commander of the deck. I think she's kind of pretty cool though. Attacking tokens you control have double strike. Whenever one or more tokens you control attack a player, exile the top card of your library. During any turn you attack on a token, you may play that card. And then we have the Phoenix of her from her lore, Othari. Sun's Glory, legendary creature Phoenix, a 3 red white, flying, lifelink, and haste. Whenever Othari Sun's Glory attacks, you get an experience counter. Then create a 2/2 red rebel creature token that's tapped and attacking for each experience counter you have. And by spending 2 red and whites, Tap an untapped rebel you control. Return authority from your graveyard. Return authority from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tap. Because that's kind of nuts. I could use, like, even if, oh, I do my thing, yada yada yada, kill authority. Next player kills authority. It comes back around to me after my whole thing. As long as I still have a rebel, I could just be like, yep, 2 mana, red, white, tap that rebel, authority comes back. Because that almost sounds like a fun commander, but she has to go to your graveyard to come back on the battlefield. So that's the only reason I wouldn't make her commander. I'm gonna go from the back of the deck, because I wanna be somewhat surprised as we go. I'm gonna turn the music down. Just oops, I muted it. Oh shit. All right. Oh, and this is her. What is it? Her little hard, thick cut. What is it? Cardboard piece. I really like that. I don't know why. The way they kind of show off the white. It looks way more like a silver. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, let's see what we got. So, we're about to just go through the plane, the lands. I just want to show the art. Because I think it's cool to see, I don't know if this is, how the lore works. But, when you have, this is Phyrexia. So, this area within Phyrexia is their equivalent to a plains in a human world. They have the mountains. See, I bet these are their forges where they make all the Phyrexian doohickeys and bodies and the machines, the things. And then Temple of False God, typical land. Liquid Step, yep, have Ancestry, Myriad Landscape, Winna Brisk Heights. Temple of Triumph. Slayer's Stronghold. Care Keep. I have a Cabal from you. Fury Calm Snarl. That seems like a very fun area. Exotic Orchid. Orchard. Castle of Ember. Embereth. Ardenvale. Alright, so now we have our creatures. One I've seen before. Solemn Simulacrum. I kind of like it still. It's a cool one. Wait. I just thought of something I can do. Let's go. Because then y'all can see the... Why didn't I think of this earlier? So that way I can show the card and still read it at the same time. You know, it kind of sucks that the ring lights... So now I think I have to configure my video because I think I fucked up. Alright. I think that's kind of cool. Might be able to like, we can get a little bit of light in my room, a little bit more, just so you can like, you know, really see the art, I believe. Ta-da! I think that's dope. All right. We got Mirror Battlesphere, Mirror Construct. What is a mirror? Mirror. Mirror Battlesphere enters the battlefield. Create 4/1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature tokens. Whenever the battlefield attacks, you may tap X untapped mirror you control. If you do, Mirror Battlesphere gets plus X plus 0 till end of turn and deals X damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking. Dog once. Oh, so the mirror is a type of just mechanical creature. Alright. That's kind of cool. I like that. Loxodon Warhammer artifact. Idol of Oblivion. Huh. Draw a card or tap. Draw a card after only if you card out a token this turn. 8 mana, a tap, and sacrificing Idol of Oblivion. Create a tinted colors and draws a creature token. Oh my god. Like this is the type of artifact where I wish I could like. I'm sure there are ways to like play cards face down, but like constantly do it. Like I wish that was just a thing I could do with any card. Like I'm playing this down, it's not gonna activate until I want it to activate. But then that's what is that? That's like Yu-Gi-Oh territory or whatever. Then we got Jor-Kadeen the Prevailer. Legendary creature, human warrior. He's got First Strike and Metalcraft. Creatures you control get 3/0 as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Disgusting. Like, oh my god, dude. That's crazy. I feel like that could be really, that can really and come in with some fuckery in that. In the beginning of your upkeep, put Assembly Legion, Put a muster counter on Ensemble Legion, then create a 1/1 red and white soldier creature token with haste for each muster counter on Ensemble Legion. Ooh, see, I like that. I like these kind of where like I play it and it's just there. And it's an enchantment, and I know a lot of people that do not rock with just black enchantment cards that do something overall. Like, not like they're not played at all. Just the people I played against don't always have enchantment cards that are like you want to just like play it and just let it ramp. Because this is literally like I can just continuously put muster counters on it. Like, as long as this is on the field, after I play it, it just gets a muster counter. Especially if you can get this off as early as possible. Because then I'm beginning of my upkeep, like, oh, dude, we're both, you're 20 health, I'm 25. Or, like, I'm 20, you're 25, 35. But I've had this on since round, or turn 4, it's turn like 15 now. Oh, boom, 11 1/1s. And this is a token deck, so like things bounce off of other token. Like some of these match. Adriana, Captain of the Guard. My head itchy. Legendary creature, Human Knight. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets 1/1 until the end of turn for each opponent you attack. It's combat. Other creatures you control have melee. If a creature has multiple instances of melee, each triggers separately. So I can trigger melee more than once. That's stupid. Dumb dumb. Dumb dumb. I've got something on my face right here. My stuff in my cut. Woo-wee. I think that was my first. No wait, he's a legendary creature too. I like to put all my like cards, like tokens, artifacts, you know, enchantments, all that good stuff. Separate them. Siege Gang Commander. When it enters the field, create 3 1/1 goblin tokens. 1 red and sacrifice a goblin. Siege Gang deals 2 damage to any target. That could be a pretty nice. I like the any targets or targets. I like having to hit planeswalkers. I've seen planeswalkers. Some of them are just dumb, especially the ones in a pre-made. Some of them are like the planeswalker is not dumb, but it's like the planeswalker in the deck is dumb. With the deck, I should say. We got Legion War Boss, creature Goblin Soldier, Mentor. When this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on a target attacking creature with less power. At the beginning of a comment on your turn, create a 1/1 red creature token. This token gains haste to the end of turn and attacks this combat if able. Oh, tokens and a haste. Not a fun combo to be on the other end. Dragon Master Outcast. This is the guy that summons that, bro. Human Shaman creature. 1 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 6 or more lands, create a 5/5 red dragon creature token with flying. Okay. That's just nice and dandy. Chain reaction. Sorcery. Chain reaction deals X damage to each creature, where X is the number of creatures on the battlefield. That's a wipe. Oh, that's a board wipe. That's literally a creature board wipe. Because if it's like, imagine I had a fully established Assemble the Legion, proceed to summon like 20 Legion creatures, and then be like, all right, chain reaction. Dude, there's, unless you have a card that's been ramped up or on your turn you put all this stuff on it, not a lot of creatures are surviving that. I like that. I don't have a lot of like board wipes. Even, dude, I have so many red decks, and I'm like, where are my like good board wipes? White Sun Zenith. Create X 2/2 white cat creature token. Just shuffle White Sun Zenith into its owner's library. What do you mean? So I could just play this, and then just play it again if I get it again. That's wild. That is wild, bro. Because, like, does it have to finish cast, like, what is it? Finish, was it like finish casting, right? Isn't that the term I'm looking for? To, like, trigger its own shuffle? Like, because say somebody counter spells his card, could I still be like, oh yeah, so I'm just gonna shuffle it back in? Because it's not like it, like, I mean, that'd be a waste of a counter spell, not gonna lie. But, it's quite cats. What I already love about this, too, this deck, is it seems to be, it seems to really, really want you to have just tokens. And I like token decks. After playing like a zombie deck, a spirit deck, I have my Chichiro deck that I added some tokens so I can get like artifact tokens and stuff. Like tokens can be nasty, especially when you have something like Assemble the Legion where you can ramp on your tokens without having to like, you don't have to waste a lot of mana ramping into those tokens. Silverwing Squadron, a 5 mana, 1 white creature human knight. Flying, vigilance. Silverwing Squadron's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. Literally nasty with Assemble the Legion. If we get that off, whenever Silverwing Squadron attacks, create a number of 2 white night creature tokens with vigilance to the number of equal to the number of opponents you have. So usually I play Commander with 2 people. Minimum 2 others. So 2 or more 2/2 white knights. That's kind of nice. Oh my god, and its toughness and so it has a variable toughness and a power. See, my whole thing about that is like, say I have like 5 tokens, I play this, it's a 5/5. And then I get no, I guess that doesn't matter. Yeah, never mind. I forgot the whole like point stage on people. That's wild though. Cause then like, if I do ramp it up super big, cause like, nah. See, like something like Chain Reaction would counter this. It does as much damage as creatures are on. This has as much toughness as creatures are on. This will automatically just get negged right then and there. That's kind of crazy though. We got Mentor of the Meek. Creature, human soldier, 2 mana, 1 white. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 mana. If you do, draw a card. I like that. That gives me an incentive to actually play my weak cards. Or if it's a like 07, 05 card, it's like, oh shit, like I can get extra value out of it, even if that card already gives me value off of just playing it. And this is Maul of the Skyclaves. It's a maul. It looks like a banner. It's supposed to be like a hammer? It looks more like a hammer and less like a maul. When Maul of the Skyclaves enters the battlefield, attached to it, target creature you control. Equipped creature gets 2/2, flying, and first strike. It is a, and you equipped it for 2 mana, 2 whites. So I can immediately attach it to a creature when it enters, and then subsequent turns for the equipped cost. Then we got Martial Coup. Martial Coup. Create 1 or X 1/1 White Soldier creature tokens. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. And it's X mana with 2 white. I'm just thinking of like the token ramp, bro. The token ramp is nut. This deck is going to be really fun. I can already see this deck being really fun because it's not even the commander that makes it fun. No, the commander is stupid because I forgot tokens get double strike. That's a sorcery too. That's crazy. Base of the Valiant. Artifact equipment. This looks more like a maul than the actual maul does. Equipped creature gets 1/1 for each charge counter on Mace of the Valiant. Mace of the Valiant, and has vigilance. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on Mace of the Valiant and equipped cost for 3 mana. So I could just put this on deck and just have it ramp. I know there's cards to like kill artifacts and stuff like that, or equipment, whichever it pertains to. Still kind of crazy if that doesn't get dealt with, whether equipped or not equipped. We got Increasing Devotion. Create 5 1/1 white human creature tokens. If this spell was cast from a graveyard, create 10 of those tokens instead. It is a 3 mana with 2 whites, and it has a flashback cost of 7 and 2 white. See, I like flashback now because I finally was able to use it a few weeks ago in a deck that I didn't realize had flashback in it. And I was like, oh, I'm fucked. And then I started pulling some flashback cards, and it didn't get me to a good position, but it did get me into a better position. So there's potential, I feel like. I don't know too much about flashback, as I haven't used it to its highest potential probably, but it has potential. Ooh, Hour of Reckoning. Yeah, I already know what this does. 4 mana, 3 white, Convoke. Your creature can help cast this spell. Your creatures. Each creature you tap while casting your spells pays for 1 mana or 1 mana of that creature's color. Destroy all non-token creatures. This is what I'm talking about. Why I think tokens are stupid, because like it doesn't sound like, I feel like for people who don't understand how like when you can ramp when token decks, this is a deck like you can ramp. Oh, like I have enough mana to cast this because I've just been ramping off tokens and off of creatures or spells or whatever, or the spells and creatures and tokens I have been ramping off of or like playing are very low cost, and I'll be getting lands more consistently. I can use this spell with every creature. This is a lot of token creatures. So I can attack all these token creatures, destroy every creature on the field, not have to worry about defending because y'all don't have creatures. And I mean, unless you have haste or some kind of effect that gets over summoning sickness, you cannot attack me right away. A dummy. Okay, what is that? Sorcery. We got Harmonious Archon. Flying. Non-Archon creatures have base power and toughness of 3/3. Okay? Which is, I bet, going to be like literally all my other cards. I don't see me having another Archon in this deck. Yeah, honestly, a lot like, this is a token ramp. And I love it because it's a red-white deck, dude. And I don't think I have a good white deck that's like the other color is the main color. Like, I hope this is a white deck mostly. It seems to me like a lot of my instants and sorceries and non-creature cards are white related. So, real nice. And when a Harmonious Archon enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. And those tokens immediately become 3/3 because they're not Archons. Nasty. My only caveat with this deck is a lot of colored mana and high cost and basic mana. I like it though. I'm sure pre-builds are way better. I just have to have a nice shuffle when it comes to actually getting lands, because my last few games have not been good at pulling lands. And I know I'm like, I have like 40 lands in this deck. Why am I not pulling one? Or I pull like 3. Create X 2/2 white soldier creature. Finale of Glory. X 2 white or X mana and 2 white mana sorcery. Create 2 X. Create X 2/2 white soldier creature tokens with vigilance. If X is 10 or more, also create X 4/4 white angel tokens with flying and vigilance. Like, dude. Literally, oh, dude. Easiest counter to this deck. Just don't let them get lands. If you can destroy lands, get rid of lands, neg mana, just do it. This is going to be... Oh, man. Now I really can't wait to see this other deck. And it's called Call for Backup. So, like... Wait, what was this deck called? This deck was called Rebellion Rising. And I got this for... I got, like, literally all of these for a... $49.99 at GameStop. I don't know if they sell like that everywhere, but if you want it, Rebellion Rising, Call for Backup. These seem cool. Definitely, if you are lacking on a token deck, or if you want a token deck, don't have a white deck, don't have a red deck, this deck already seems pretty cool. I'm definitely going to probably have to honestly price some of these cards. I know commander decks aren't crazy, but like, you know, like $1 here, $1 there. I sell 60 cards. Boom! I can get a whole nother pack of these. Like, so flawless maneuver. 2 white, 1 white instant. If you control a commander, you may cast this spell without paying its mana cost. Dumb. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Dumb. 2. That is a 3 mana card. Hey, all my creatures have it. That's 3 mana if my commander's not even on that field. So I can cast my commander. Oh, hey, all my creatures have indestructible this turn. Crazy. I'd be mad, dude. This guy, dude, I'm about to cast I'm about to cast Chain Reaction, get this dude deal all this damage, bro. Each creature takes X damage. He's got like 20, 30. He's got all these fucking tokens. He, dink dink. Like, oh, I'm gonna cast it next turn. He don't even know but to hit him. And this is an instant too. So you can cast this like if I knew you had a red deck, I could be like, he's about to cast a spell. Boom, instant. Boom, indestructible. Oh, he cast that spell. Ah, shit. All my creatures are fine, but they still count to the damage total for Chain Reaction? Stupid. Stupid. And true, I could do that myself. I could do it myself, bro. I could literally be like, oh yeah, instant, no mana, indestructible, chain reaction. My creatures still count to chain reactions X total. I got a bunch, y'all got a bunch. Boom, y'all taking it. Like, I feel like if you play that card right, you should at least be dealing like 10 damage to all cards, like a minimum. Because that's just what, like, or at least 9. Everybody has 3 creatures apiece on their field. That's like, I feel like very common. At least 3 creatures. And you have, this is on a token deck. So who knows how many tokens you're going to have. This is the Felidar Retreat. A 3 mana, 1 white enchantment landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose one. Create a 2/2 white cat beast creature token. Put a 1 white counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance until the end of turn. They just keep the 1/1 counters. Nasty. So it's either I create more tokens, or I just give counters on all my people. Dumb enchantment. Amiria Angel. 2 mana, 2 white. What are those wings? Oh wait, no, those are birds. Wait, does she have? Are those? Oh, the birds are kind of blending in with her wings as well, because her wings are based off of those birds' wings. Creature, Angel, flying, landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield you control, you may create a 1/1 white bird creature token flying. Okay, more birds. I love it. Elspeth Tyrell, legendary Planewalker. Elspeth. Elspeth. So she starts out with a 4 counter. She has a +2, a -2, and a -5. +2, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. Typical white deck shit, honestly, but stupid. -2, create 3 white soldier creature tokens. And destroy all other permanent except lands and tokens. Wow! Another board wipe. Stupid. I don't even know where to. I didn't create space for a Planeswalker. Now, question is, will I get 2 Planeswalkers out of this? Is there 2 in this deck? I don't know. Like I said, this is a Phyrexian deck, so I'm sure people have already opened this, showcased it, and stuff. But like, you know, I want to do some different stuff that's not just gaming. I see people all the time, like YouTubers are like, oh, like new channel for this stuff. I want all my content on one channel. I'd rather make playlists on my channel, because like I want it to be a one-stop shop. If you want to find my videos, they're all on my channel. So next, we got Court of Grace, a 2 mana, 2 white enchantment. When Court of Grace enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Okay, that's when a monarch card comes in. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token of flying. If you're the monarch, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying instead. A righteous sovereign makes it for a blessed realm. I like that. No, that doesn't sound honestly like the most ridiculous thing because the kind of cards that it's like you're the monarch, you're the dungeon master, you have initiative. Somebody hits you, they take it away from you. I don't think they're honestly that broken, but when you like have the right setup, it can be broken. Like, would you benefit no matter where that kind of card? Like, if I had a deck that revolved around the monarch status, and it was like, well, when I have it, I can summon a 4/4 white angel. When you have it, I can summon 4 white angels. Then when it's passed back to me, I get to I don't know, sacrifice 4 white angel 1/1 tokens, summon a 4/4 white angel. You know, like something like that. Like when you start to be able to ramp off of other people's possession of that like term card, it's kind of crazy. Like those are the crazy ones to me. Collective effort. That guy looks familiar. Isn't he a planeswalker? That wit looks familiar. But he is a 1 and a 2 white. Those are zombies. Escalate. Tap an untapped creature you control. Pay this cost for each mode chosen beyond the first. So I can choose more than one if I so choose when tapping creatures. Choose one or more. Destroy target creature with 4 or more power. 4 or greater. Nice. Destroy target enchantment. Put a 1 counter on each creature target player controls. All I would have to do is just tap 3 creatures and I could just like, oh yeah, like, so that OP enchantment that you've been ramping off of, gone. The creature that you've been ramping with that enchantment or that also ramps up some other creature, gone. And then all my creatures get buffed. Absolutely nasty. Because not only is this a token build, this seems to be that it slightly benefits from having counters on creatures on the battlefield. Ooh, Call of the Coppercoats. I like this card. Strive. Spell costs. This spell costs 1 mana and 1 white more to cost for each target beyond the first. It starts at 2 mana, 1 white. Instant. Choose any number of target opponent to create. That was a terrible voice crack. Create X 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, where X is the number of creatures those opponents control. Oh, okay, so two mana, 1 white to cast it on one person, and then an additional 1 basic mana, 1 white mana beyond that person. So at minimum, I'm probably going to be casting this for what, 5 total mana, 3 basic, 2 white. All right, that's not the most craziest one. I mean, it is when it's like how many creatures the opponent control. Because I remember I used this against. I feel like I've used this card against somebody else. Like this is a reprint for sure. But if you use it against somebody who has a token deck, hey, you just match their tokens. And if you do it on more than one person, you can go above their token. Like, say you got some, I don't know, some like zombie deck that's like black, white, blue. Then you got that. All my zombies dead. These other 2 also have token creature card. They're rampant. I don't have anything to block all these creatures, or I can only block some. And at that point, I'm sacrificing. Boom. Call the opponents 1/1 whites. Sacrifice them. Volshok Factory. Artifact for 2 mana, 1 red. Add, or I can tap to add 1 red mana and put a charge counter on Volshok Factory. For 2 mana, 1 red, tap and sacrificing Volshok Factory, create an XX colorless golem, artifact creature token with haste, where X is the number of charge counters on Volshok Factory. Activate only as a sorcery. Charge counter ramp. That's nice to see. And honestly, no, I like that because I want more for a keyword that I just don't know. I would like to try to use it as often as possible. We got Roar of Resistance. Ooh, I like this. Like this, like a little like hex hex tech, not hex tech, like hex edge blades they have going on. Creature codes. Ooh, it is a 1 red, and it is an enchantment. You know what I just noticed? Y'all are gonna be seeing these cards backwards, or I just like didn't realize like yeah, y'all are going to be seeing these cards backwards the whole time, or like flip. Like I'm seeing it, the red is to my right. Y'all are seeing it that it is looking at the video, it is my right direction, but like watching the video, it's not the right direction. Oops. I didn't need to open that. That didn't. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay. That's the perfect. I'm not changing my camera anymore. Unless it does something crazy. Creature tokens you control have haste. Stupid. Whenever one or more creatures attack, you may pay 1 mana and 1 red. If you do, creatures attacking your opponents and or planeswalkers they control get +2 until the end of turn. So because that doesn't, I can use that on other people's creatures. Like, hey, you want to take this guy out? I'm like, oh yeah, you're attacking directly? +2. Oh hey, we want this planeswalker gone. I'm gonna +2 your creatures. But you can't attack me with them. Or even I sacrifice. Like, I will sacrifice 4 of my health by +2ing one of your creatures to attack me to make it fair. But you have to get rid of that guy's planeswalker. Or you gotta deal 6 damage to this man's. That one's pretty nice. Hexplate Wallbreaker. What the fuck? A 3 mana, 2 red artifact equipment for Mirrodin. When this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red rebel creature token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +2/2, so it's just an automatic 4/4 creature rebel. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap each attacking creature. After this phase, there's an additional attack or additional combat phase, and equipped it for 3 mana, 1 red. So even if you be like, oh yeah, that, like, oh hey guys, all of your creatures are tapped into your next end turn. Oh, well, I played this card. Oh wait, no, it says untap each attacking creature. So attack with all my other creatures, attack with him, untap my other creatures. Another combat phase. Do it again. Does it count as the creature I can untap? Because it sounds like I could just, like, equip the creature attacks. Oh, but I only untap if it's a first combat. So I of my turn. So I could attack with everybody else, not at my turn. Attack with him, whether it's somebody different or the same person. Untap all my other creatures, and then go again. And there's an additional combat phase. But it seems like if I drop that comma, like whenever this creature attacks, there's always an additional combat phase, or that only triggers once, and there's only one additional combat phase. I'll probably look that up later. Gold Warden's Gambit. Affinity for equipment. This spell costs one less to cast for each equipment you control. Oh my god, and it's 6 mana, 2 red sorcery. Create 5. 2/2 red rebel creature tokens. They gain haste until the end of turn. For each of those tokens, you may attach an equipment you control to it. This is turning out to be a pretty cool, like, this has a really nice amount of enchantments. Not like a nice amount, but the enchantments I've already pulled, nice. The instants I pulled, nice. The sorceries, love them. The artifacts, nice. Creatures, awesome. Like, this deck is going to be so fun to play. Staff of the Storyteller. 1 mana, 1 white artifact. When Staff of the Storyteller enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit token of flying. Whenever you create 1 or more creature tokens, put a story counter on Staff of the Storyteller. For 1 white mana, tapping and removing a story counter from Staff of the Storyteller, draw a card. Nice. Card ramp. Love it. Because all my fucking ramps are in blue. It's an artifact, though, so it can be destroyed. I know a lot of people bring destroy artifact, destroy equipment cards. Yeah. Kemba's Barrier. Artifact equipment. 3 mana, 1 white. For Mirrodin. When this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red rebel token, then attach this to it. Each creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. Stupid. Equip for 2 and 1 white. Doesn't, when it says, like, create creature attaches to it, doesn't that circumvent the equip cost in that one instance? Like, once that creature dies and this loses its way, I can proceed to equip it for its equip cost, but that's still kind of nice. Glimmerland. 1 mana, 1 white artifact equipment. It also has for Mirrodin. I think what I'm going to start doing is once I come onto a keyword ability that I've already read, I'm not going to read it again. Whenever equipped a creature and at least 1 other creature attack, draw a card. Cool, another artifact equipment, and it attaches immediately to a card. So if I play these back to back, it's just drawing cards. Yeah, I got a nice bit. This is most definitely a white deck to me. Cleaver Concealment. Clever. And they also have Convoke, which allows me to use creatures to tap for mana to cast. Any number of target non-land permanents you control phase out. Treat them and anything attached to them as though they don't exist until your next turn. I mean, that can be pretty nice. Because then, say there's something that I really, really, really want to survive. Like, I play it, I know, like, as soon as it comes out, my page is going to be like, oh yeah, no, counter that, destroy that on my turn, can't have that on that field, he cannot get his next turn. Clever Concealment, that thing is not, it doesn't exist until my next turn. That'd be muy caliente. There's an instant. Oh. We got Forgotten Cave. It is a land. Enter battlefield tapped. Red. That's a very basic land. I got Command Tower. I feel like I literally do not need to say what Command Tower does. If you don't know what Command Tower does, I would just Google it. It's like a very basic land card. Probably appears in every commander deck you will ever open for your life. Buried Ruin, land, add 1 basic mana for tapped. Oh, this doesn't cost mana. 2 mana, tap, and sacrificing this card. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, like that. Artifact, return to my hand. Will always be welcome in this household. Returning anything from my graveyard is honestly always going to be nice for me. Boros Garrison, dual tap. That. This is a very mana hungry deck. I really want to put that on my dragon deck. It's a red and a white for 1 tap. Very nice. Artifact, Talisman of Conviction. Add a red or yellow. Talisman deals 1 damage to you. I don't really like the artifacts that, or the things that just like deal damage without. I think I only have like 1 card that has the means of healing me. Though that would be nice, like using that for like a bunch of damage and then playing like, okay, 15, like, yeah, while y'all attacked me, that did damage. I can't really negate that damage. I mean, at least negate the damage I did to myself. Soul Guide Lantern, 1 mana, artifact. When Soul Guide Lantern enters the battlefield, exile target card from a graveyard. Sacrifice Soul Guide Lantern, exile each opponent's graveyard. Nice. 1 mana, tap, sacrifice the lantern, draw a card. Wow. Imagine me exiling your target. For I exile a card from your graveyard. And you're like, oh, like, whatever, dude. Like, I got other cards to pull from my graveyard. Immediately tap, sacrifice. Yeah, your graveyard's gone. That's like a anti-black card if I've seen one. I know there's other cards that pull from graveyards and stuff like that. Soul Ring, typical. We're not gonna really go over that. Mind Stone. Tap to add mana. It is a 2 mana artifact, I should say, and then I can tap to add mana. 1 tap, sacrifice Mind Stone, draw a card. Huh. And we got Mask of Memory. That looked creepy. Whenever equipped a creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, discard a card. Artifact, equipment, 2 mana, equip for 1. I kind of like that, because if I draw 2 cards, I have to discard a card. Nah, because what if I have to pull 2 really good cards and I have to discard 1? But then I can always get rid of the ones in my hand. But then again, what if all the ones in my hand are really nice? I just haven't set them up for them yet. Fell Warstone. Yeah, typical mana producing card. Commander's Sphere. Again. What is it? Mana card. Really. Boros Signet. Mana card. Yeah. I think that's my first Boros Signet I got. Got Arcane Signet. Yeah. Rip Apart. 1 red, 1 white. Choose 1. Rip Apart deals 3 damage to target creature or artifact. Destroy artifact or target artifact or enchantment. Goddamn, torn from history, torn from memory, torn from reality. That card, flavor text, kind of go card. Like a literal be gone. Oh, I just dropped. I honestly forgot I had this. I dropped my other commander deck. That's my pilot commander from, yeah. This is Neon Dynasty, Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, one of the commanders. Pilot commander. Don't think I've used her yet. I've seen other people use her, but not me. Alright, back to this. Heroic Reinforcements. Create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens until the end of turn. Creatures you control get +1/1 and you gain haste. This is a sorcery for 2 mana, 1 red and 1 white. Cries of Anguish quickly spurred cries of action. Looks like a little faction of noble paladins, you know? Boros Charm. Boros Charm deals 4 damage to target planeswalker. Permanent you control gains indestructible. Target creature gains double strike until the end of turn. That makes sense. There's a certain touch of angelicness to this deck. So I'm not surprised we have some Boros things in here. Loyal Apprentice. Creature. Human. Artifacer for 1 mana, 1 red. Oh man, I didn't transition the card flipping like forever ago. That's crazy how that works. Let me just do the. I'm just gonna do this. So now, anything I do is just automatically on here. Haste Lieutenant. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, if you control your commander, create a 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature token with flying. That token gains haste until the end of turn. And I like how the Planeswalker is white. Hordling Outburst. Create 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Alright. Hate Mirage. Choose up to 2 target creatures you don't control. For each of those creatures, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Those tokens gain haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. That sounds pretty cool. Alright. Prava of the Steel Legion. Legendary creature, cat soldier. As long as it's your turn, creature tokens you control get +1/+4. And he's a 2 mana, 1 white legendary creature, cat soldier. For 3 mana and 1 white, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Partner. You can have 2 commanders if both have partner. That's cool. I don't really think I have anybody with partner, but Phantom General. 3 mana, 1 white creature, spirit soldier. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1. Oh, that kind of lore bit. See, what I like is ever since I read into Ravnica and Ravnica's and D&D as a potential thing to use, I like using the cards that are almost exclusively Magic and they're not adapted to D&D in terms of like lore and like stuff like that. It's only Ravnica that's really adapted, I believe. Path to Exile, that's just exile instant. That's a very common one. So the very common ones that I know are common and I've seen before a lot, I'm probably just gonna end up skipping over. Okay, Midnight Haunting. 2 mana, 1 or 1 white. Why don't I even sometimes say yellow, bro? Instant, create 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with fly. That's kind of cool, I guess. Intangible Virtue. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. Enchantment 1 plus a white. Yeah, that's his dumb enchantment. That's the type of enchantment where, like, if I see somebody play this deck and I see them play that enchantment's going away as humanly possible as fast as I can. Gold Knight Commander. You can't. That is 100%. This is 100% a reprint. I can literally see the Averson, like, what you call it? Thingy. Yeah. We're just gonna go with that, I guess. That's kind of cool though. Creature, human, cleric, soldier for 3 mana, 1 white. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get 1/1 until the end of turn. This is one where it's creature tokens enter the battlefield. Token creatures count. I can just immediately grant all of my cards on the field plus a bunch of mana. Oh my god, or a bunch of power and toughness. Stupid, honestly. Generous Gift. Instant. 2 mana plus 1 white. Restore target permanent. Its controller gets a 3/3 green elephant creature token. That's why I have that elephant token. So it's pretty much like I just drop a giant elephant on top of the creature. Kill creature. Hey, you have an elephant now. For the price of 1/1 low cost of a sacrifice, you get Dumbo. I think it's a pretty fair trade. My beard's looking quite messy in this. I think my gains kind of look crazy high. Cut a deal. Ooh, that's Elish Norn, I think. Oh, that's Jin-Gitaxias. Each opponent draws a card, then you draw a card for each opponent who drew a card this way. And it's just a sorcery, 2 mana, 1 white. Oh, is that just the other Praetors? So is she the leader of them, I guess? Because that's Jin-Gitaxias. That looks like the red. Because if I remember right, Elish Norn was... No, she was the white Praetor. Jin-Gitaxias is the blue Praetor. Because there's a Praetor for every color. I think that guy, I think this dude who's kneeling is the red one. I can't really see enough of this guy to really make him out. Yeah, cool card pool. It's nice to have a few card pools. And then Battle Screech, 2 mana, 2 white, and a sorcery. Create 2 1/1 white bird creature tokens with flying. Flashback, tap 3 untapped white creatures you control. You may cast this card from the graveyard for its flashback cost. Huh. And all you really need is just 1 more white creature, because this makes 2 white bird tokens. Tap them, literally coming back, get 2 more. I kind of like this deck, honestly. I think I'd have a lot of fun with this deck. And then we're going to do... This is a sorcery. I don't know why I put this over here. Creatures. Artifacts. Sorceries. Enchantments. Instants. Lands. And then tokens. I believe it is time for me to get more sleeves for my decks. I almost definitely do not have enough sleeves, man. I like this, though. This is a very cool thing. I'm gonna actually try to keep your deck nice and together, because a lot of my other decks and cards are all busted. So that was Rebellion Rising deck. I really like this deck. This seems really fun. I feel like all the decks that are like, ooh, the more I read it, the more I'm like, ooh, yep, fun. Like, I do end up enjoying them. What was special in this, was it? I'm throwing the box away. I kind of want to quickly go through this. I think I'll open up the bundle next week. I won't be here, so I will say next week I will be out of town for a few days. So I will very, very much have to get a stream of some sort out on Monday. I don't play games. I'm opening up the bundle. Hell, y'all might even get a Sunday. Y'all might get a Sunday stream. As much as I don't want to stream on Sundays. Or, you know, I don't think I've ever recorded a video. I might see if I have time later this week. And y'all might just, on my YouTube channel, be on the lookout for a video where I unbox the March of the Machine bundle. Because that was, what, a little bit distracted, but we got through 100 cards in, I would say, about an hour. This has 40 lands, don't really care about. And then, what is that, over 100 cards for 8 packs? What the heck is 8 times 12, dog? I can't do simple math in my head. 126, right? Yeah, 96. Where am I getting 120? How did I get into 120, dog? That was crazy. Still, 96 cards plus a foil for another card. That'll be cool. I don't know if I really have... Not if I don't really have the time. I have the time. I just have to do things. Because I still have it fully packed for my trip. I'm going to be out of state for 4 days. And the packing won't be crazy. It's somewhere where the weather's not too bad, so... Okay, I'm just tearing this whole box up. I have an envelope. I don't... It might be with the plane chase. I think this bigger card is a plane chase card. And then I'm supposed to have a die with this as well? This whole, like, packaging is just so much different. This has a bunch of 1/1 counters in here as well, so... This dude reminds me of Way of the Astral Self monks. So, like... Much of this. Okay. So, this is the deck. How do I, like... This is the card box. This is another punch out for something. Okay, we have our life counter. We have our thing. We have our deck. Also get the punch out. Oh, there's the dice. So what's the point of this dice? There's only two sides to it. It's got the magic symbol. And it has the... Yeah, you couldn't get me to guess what that symbol is, dude. Yin Yang symbol, bro. I don't fucking know. And then, ooh, I get a punch out of the guy too. That's kind of cool. He's a legendary creature, Fox Shaman. Backup. And he's Bright Palm, Soul Awakener. For 1 mana, 1 red, 1 green, 1 white. Backup 1. When this creature enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. If that's another creature, it gains the following ability until the end of turn. Whenever this creature attacks, double the number of 1/1 counters on target creature. That creature can't be blocked by creature power 2 or less this turn. Huh. It's kind of wild. What was that? Okay. All this trash. So I got all these fancy little. That's the little like punch out I got of him. I guess that's like the best angle. Like the best angle because of the light is like this weird like tilted angle. So can I even use this Lux Artillery card? Because it doesn't really sound like you can use the card in this deck. That over there. That can, I guess, stay there for now. Oh, this is like a completely different type of box style. It's tall instead of sideways. So is this dude from Kamigawa? I want to look at what's in the envelope first. Collector Booster Sample Pack. Nice. And we get our, Plane Chase cards. These have a very older style of, Magic. I kind of like it. It's like a kind of first generation, it almost looks like. Like, this looks like it would be like one of the OG Magic bundles. Kind of sick, though. I like it, you know? I don't want to bend them. I always hate opening these cards like that. So that's Secret Flare. We got... What is this card art, dude? What the fuck? Firja? Firja, Judge of Valor. This is the most badass Nordic looking card. It's got like the Celtic nuts and the dragon and I'm nutting in my pants as we speak. A 2 mana, 1 white, 2 black, legendary creature, Angel Cleric. What is the symbol that she's from? What the fuck? Flying Lifelink. Whenever you cast a section spell each turn, look at the top of your cards from your library. Put one of them in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. I don't know how much I could really do with her. This might be a card I have to sell, honestly. As much as I regrettably say that. Wolf Skull Jack. Unworthy. Oh my god. That's a badass fucking, like... I don't even know what to do with this, because honestly, this one looks just a sick route. Look at this! That is so cool. It looks way better when you can see the detail, but Drana and then Linvala. 1 mana, 2 white, 1 black. Legendary creature, Vampire Angel. A Vampire Angel? That sounds sick as fuck. Flying, Vigilance. Activated abilities of creatures your opponents control can't be activated. You just get cut out of your abilities. That's crazy. Drana and Linvala has all. Somebody posts this out. I'm quitting the game. Drana and Linvala has all activated abilities of creatures your opponents control. You may spend 1 mana. You may spend mana as though if it were mana of any color to activate those abilities. Dare I see how much these are? Because these are collector. And they're from a booster sample. I don't know if these are like a guarantee. I want to see what all the in the box again. 100 cards, 10 new cards, 10 playing chase cards, 10 double-sided token cards, planar die, full edge display commander, life wheel, deck box, strategy insert, reference card. I gotta see real quick. I don't think this is the right app. All right. Now, okay. I can't find. I can't seem to find the thing that tells me when I can scan the cards. That's just empty TG Arena. There we go. I'm trying to get this card, but it's not. Dang. Okay, $1.93. Not that bad. That's for. I need it's. God diggity, damn it, bro. Damn, Fridge is straight dog doo doo, bro. Absolute sense. Hey, almost $2 for this card though. Might gotta go. That's kind of nuts, dude. Um, we open the, I guess the plane chase cards. Hold on, do we have the stuff that talked about the rule, or not the rules, but like the here. Yeah, explains plane chase. I really want to read about this deck. Promising Bright Palm, Soul Awakener, a promising student of the Imperial Academy of Kamigawa, so it's from Kamigawa. Bright Palm's life changed the day she stumbled upon an uncontained rift where the spirit and mortal worlds were clashing in chaotic, violent fashion. Realizing the danger it could cause if the merge was contained, she made the rash decision to try to take care of it herself, only to find herself pulled into the spirit realm and cut off from the mortal realm altogether. It wasn't until years later that Bright Palm managed to find a way back to the mortal realm. The changes in her were remarkable. Not only has she grown 4 extra tails, she has a lot of tails already, so I don't know how many they might say she had beforehand. Significantly, oh, okay, she had 4 extra tails, significantly remarkable wisdom and growth, but she was able to see the threads that bound mortal and spirit realms together to manipulate them freely. When asked, though, she would not or could not speak of what she experienced in the spirit realm. When the branches of the invasion tree pierced Kamigawa's sky, Bright Palm was among the first to act. Using her powers, she opened up a rift of her own in the heart of Tawashi, flooding the city with kami to fight back against the invasion and acting as a front line. Woo wee! this explains how to do plane chase. Every Commander game is a freewheeling back and forth battle in which alliances are formed, friends are betrayed, and grudges are repaid with vengeance. In the end, only one player will be left standing until the next game begins, of course. So it gives yeah. Plane Chase is a Magic format where the battle moves from plane to plane in the multipers. Before the game begins, shuffle the oversized Plane Chase cards together into a planar deck. The first player flips the top card of the planar deck face up. The battle begins on that plane. During each player's turn, they may roll the planar die. If the Planeswalker symbol is rolled, they flip the top card of the planar deck face up, replacing the current plane. If the Chaos symbol, that's the other symbol, is rolled, Chaos ensues. Look at the active plane's Chaos ability to see what happens. Players can roll additional times, but each roll costs one more mana than they pay that turn for their previous roll. So you have a choice of rolling a die, and it either that's wild. So these can really shake up the game. Will these even like fit all the way? I need to. That is absolutely nothing for my zoom. So that's nice. Chaotic Ether, though, is our first plane. But, like... oh my god, this die is so clean. Like, I don't know if y'all can really, like, see the detail. But it's like... I can see inside of it. It's multi-layered. It's like a cosmos. Inside this dice. Alright, Chaotic Ether. Phenomenon. When you counter Chaotic Ether, each blank roll of the planar die is a chaos roll until a player planeswalk away from the plane. Then planewalk away from this phenomenon. So I'm guessing, like, you would have the pile kind of like this. You would have one pile to the side, and it'd be like, oh yeah, boom, we're on this plane now until you roll the magic symbol, and then it changes planes. But then, if you roll the chaos one, it does what's at the bottom here next to the chaos symbol. So we're going to read that for Tawasi next. So, modify creatures you control have trample, and whenever this creature deals damage to a player or planeswalker, draw a card. Equipment orders you control encounters are modifications. Kind of sounds like, Chishiro. Whenever chaos ensues, distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control. Nuts. See, like, this one would be stupid for this deck that I just pulled from Phyrexia, because it's modified creatures, and this has a lot of 1/1 counters, and that counts as and equipments. Auras, I don't really have so much. Auras can be nice. Ixalan, Golden City of Orazca. Ascend. If you control 10 or more Parians, you get the city's blessing for the rest of the game? Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Then draw a card if you have the city's blessing. Wild. Whenever chaos ensues, put a permanent card from your hand on the battlefield tapped. We have the Great Eri, Plain Tarkir. When you planeswalk to the Great Eri at the beginning of your upkeep, bolster 3. Create a creature with the least toughness among. Choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control and put 3/1 counters on it. When chaos ensues, choose up to 1 target creature you control and up to 1 target creature your opponent controls. Each of those creatures do damage equal to its toughness to the other. Not the craziest, but like, yeah. Because that's just ramping. When you planeswalk to Riptide Island in Dominaria. When you planeswalk to Riptide Island and at the beginning of your upkeep, create 2 1/1 colorless silver creature tokens. Whenever chaos ensues, silvers you control gain haste and get plus XX until the end of turn, where X is the number of slivers you control. This is a sliver deck. Or this benefits a sliver deck. Why? Who asked for that? Wish I could tell you. And we do not have the answers here. Megaflora Jungle. In the plane of Garganticar, each creature with a mana value 2 or less gets +2/2. That would suck for me for a lot of my decks. Whenever Chaos ensues, create a 1/1 green insect creature token with flying named Butterfly. So this says when you planeswalk to and at the beginning of your at the beginning of each upkeep. No, because this also has the beginning of your upkeep. So those deal or do a very similar planeswalking thing. Grove of the Dream Pots. Plane of Fabusin. Let me double check that this is still streaming, right? Yeah. Oh, there are faces on those. Don't like that. When you planeswalk to the Grove of the Dream Pots and at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card into the battlefield and the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. Whenever chaos ensues, return your target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So just everybody can just do that on their turn. Nuts. Karasha Foot. So some of these you want to roll their chaos. You don't want to planeswalk off. You want to roll their chaos. Like that one. Like I would be like, yeah. Give me a creature back. I don't have creature or graveyard pools. It would be very unfortunate if you allowed me to just. Oh no, we planeswalked and we're back to Karasha Foothills in the plane of Mongsing. Whenever a creature you control attacks a player, for each other opponent, you may create a token that's a copy of that creature, tapped and attacking that opponent. Exile those tokens at the beginning of your next end step. A free attacking creature, nice. Whenever chaos ensues, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. If you do, Karasha Foothill deals that much damage to target creature. Well, I'm guessing where the damage is equal to the number of creatures, I hope. That art is unsettling. Bloodhill Bastion. Looks like the back of a creature or something. Whenever a creature plane of Equilar. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield against double strike and haste until the end of turn. When chaos ensues, exile target non-token creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under your control. So I'm guessing that just would get rid of anything attached to the creature. Like what's the point of exiling it and just bringing it back? Like, that would really not benefit you if you just have nothing on that creature. Like, oh, they come back. Though, no, that can be kind of dumb if you use it on a card that has a ability or feature that activates when it enters the battlefield. So when it re-enters the battlefield, triggers again. No, yes, okay, that can actually be kind of crazy. Last but not least, we have Jund. This is one of the Splinter realms, is it not? from Alara. Whenever a player casts a creature spell that's black, red, or green, it gains Devour 5. As a creature enters the battlefield, its controller may sacrifice any number of creatures. The creature enters the battlefield with 5 times that many 1/1 counters on it. So, let me get this straight. Say I have a token deck, and I have a lot of tokens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever, bro. I've gotten up to 20 tokens before. That's all. I would say let's keep it at 20. The creature enters the battlefield with 5 times that many 1/1 counters. I sacrifice every single one of my tokens. 20 tokens on the field. 100 1/1 counters on taunting creature. Why? Who allowed this? Whenever chaos ensues, create 2 1/1 goblin creature tokens. I feel like the crazier the plane is, the less chaotic the chaos feature is. Because that's not wild at all. That's a pretty strong one too. That's alright. I think this one's chaos is pretty strong. Planes is definitely better. This chaos goes off the planes. This is just face taking 2 creatures. Huh. So this is not a plane, it's just a phenomenon. And you're there literally till your planes walk away. So at that point, that's wild. I think I'm going to open this commander deck. And then I am going to call it a day after that, honestly. Yeah. Oh wait, is this the one on top? Yeah, I thought the one I was trying to peel was on bottom. Am I tripping? No, I'm not. Okay. It's just a little bit tougher than I realized. Alright, that's my format card that I don't really need. These 2 cards over here, that right there, this right here. Such a dumb... I'm honestly just gonna put these back in the envelope. Don't ask what that was. With wrist. Alright, so we got our tokens. Oh, so this comes with tokens that actually pertain to the planes. That was from the Ozka plane. This was that foresty one that gives you a butterfly. Then I just have 4 of those, I guess. I got a sliver tokens. Got 4 of those. 2 spirit, 1/1 flyings, and 2 treasures. All right. Honestly, though, I'm gonna put these. Oh yeah, and the opposite of the slivers are goblins. I think those. I don't remember reading with a spirit deck. Either way, I'm gonna put these tokens with the planes because if I don't play planes, I don't really need these tokens. Because I don't have a sliver deck. I don't have anything to use butterflies with. I most definitely don't have anything for that Ozgra. I'm gonna try to speedrun this. Not speedrun this, but go a little bit faster than last time. So, this commander card is beautiful, bro. With the pinks and greens. I really like how it's contrasted by the faded blacks and like lavender pinks in the background of the building. I'm gonna have to read a little bit more about backup because I gotta understand what it means when it's giving the following ability, as in the ability under it, or the backup ability. Like if the creature doesn't have backup, because if it gives it backup, that's kind of nuts. Even if it's backup 1, it's still kind of crazy because if I as I'm adding more creatures, I'm triggering multiple instances of backup from multiple cards, which is 100% legal. If that's the case, that's kind of nuts. And when I attack with Bright Palm, or creatures that have this ability, double the number of 1/1 counters on target creature. I can target a completely different creature and be like, oh yeah, you know that guy that has like 4/1/1s and he's just a 0/0, so he's like a 4/4 with the counters. Yeah, he's an 8/8 now. Like, I'm sorry, there are some like when you start going above like a power of like 4, oof. Like 4/4s, 33s don't scare me too much, but you could still ram them up very quickly into 4/4s because you could just 1/1 them. But like because the same thing would be like, oh well, like a 33 to a 4/4, well like 4/4 to a 5/5, 5/5 to a 6/6, 6/6 to a 7/7. Like it was already a threat at 6/6. And there's not always like you can't just like hit it with a creature sometimes. Sometimes you need a spell like in a lot of like blue red kind of spell artifact sorcery decks. It's like, well, I need a spell to kill that creature. Like I don't have the creatures to fight that. Not that at least that doesn't take a lot of mana from me, you know. That's Bright Palms, her standard foiled commander card. Ooh, that's a really sick lighting thing with the arms, dude. Because it kind of makes it look like the arms, like, fade in and out of existence. That is so cool. I'm just, like, looking at it on my camera. Like, the top arms look like they completely fade away. And then, like, as I come back, they, like, morph back in. Very cool. Very cool. My mouse is having trouble staying where it is because it's charging right now. So we got Salai and Halal, a 1 red, green, and white legendary creature, angel elf. Flying plus vigilance. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on a creature you control, Shalai and Halar deals that much damage to target opponent. Oh, it's an angel and an elf. That's crazy. And that's target opponent. Like, that's... So they deal a single point of damage per 1/1 encounter I place when it's 2 or more. 1 or more. So anywhere from 1 or more damage, they could just automatically like, hey, take that, you know? Got a command tower, command sphere, cultivate. Cultivate is a card that I kind of already know of, so once I make room for my card setup again, I will quickly just move that over. So I got this just needs to move. All right. So there, artifact, dice, sorceries. Got lots of land. So that's whatever. Fertilid, a 2 and green creature elemental. It looks like an ant that's gotten taken over by plants. Fertilid enters the battlefield with 2+1/1 counters on it, which would trigger Shallan and Halar. Shalay and Halar. That's a creature card, so I need to put it over here. For 1 mana and 1 green, remove a +1/1 counter from Fertilid. Target player searches their library for a basic land card and puts it onto the battlefield. Tapped, then shuffles. So I can cast that on myself. That's kind of nice. Just get an immediate land. Fracture Power Stone is an artifact. Ooh, it can force somebody or force me to roll the planar die. That's kind of cool. Kodoma's Reach. Basic card. Arcane. That's a new word for that. I don't remember art. Oh. Okay, so it just it's a tribal for spells, I guess. So it's one of those things. If I had something, I was like, yeah, like affects arcanes, it could affect this card. That is a sorcery. Okay, got Path and Ancestor. That is some land. Pride Malkin. A 2/1 green creature cat. And when Pride Malkin enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on a target creature you control. Each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has trample. So this is definitely a counter deck, it seems like. Putting counters on things, benefiting with counters on things, removing counters from things to get a benefit from removing a counter. And you just have to eventually figure out how to use that in the game. Return to nature. Choose one. An instant that you could choose one for 1 mana and 1 green. This is 100% a Cinderella Easter egg. That is the rat, the pumpkin, and the carriage. Choose one. Destroy target artifact. Destroy target enchantment. Exile target card from a graveyard. Almost every time I'm chasing, honestly. Exile from a graveyard. You're not pulling that card back. Terramorphic Expanse. Ah. Oh, we got Wood Elves as a scout. Wood Elves enters the field. Search your for a forest card, put it on the battlefield. Then shuffle. I think I have this card already in a different deck. Abzan Battle Priest. Scimitar, nice. He's a 3-white creature, human cleric, outlast for a single white mana. Use the white mana tap, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Outlast only has sorcery. Each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it has life leak. Nice. Counters, life leak. Oh, gosh. Like, I like the cards that were like, just having a counter gives you this benefit. You don't need to have a certain amount of counters, or, you know, like, this also has Outlast. Each creature you control with a 1/1 counter has flying. Abzan Falconeer for a 2 mana, 1 white human soldier. That is a very big bird. Alhuru, Solemn Ritualist. Legendary creature, human monk for 4 and 1 white. When Alhuru, Solemn Ritualist, enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures. Whenever a non-token creature you control with a 1/1 counter when it dies, create a 1/1 spirit creature token flying. This might go into my other deck. Because it goes from like, oh, I lost that creature with a counter on it. Yeah, I get a 1/1 flying creature spirit. Kind of like a zombie deck. Like, oh, yeah, zombie with no decay dies? Yeah, bring it back as a 2/2 zombie with decay. Got this Arcane Signet, Armorcraft Judge, Elf Artificer for 3 green. 1/3, 1 green. I hope when I say that, people like, when I say just a number, I'm usually referring to basic mana, and then when I say like one, like a green, a red, that's at least one of that mana. But then I might say like 3 if multiple of a color and mana. I'd be like 3 basic, 3 white type shit. Creature. When the judge enters when the Armorcraft Judge enters the battlefield, draw a card for each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Dang, that'd be a strong like cast my whole hand. No, I have that. Use that. All like minimum 4, 5, 6, 7. Minimum 4. I would take get 4 cards back. That'd be nice. Brawn. Is that a earthen like mammoth? Elephant? Creature incarnation for 3 and 1 green. Trample. As long as Brawn is in your graveyard and you control a forest, creatures you control have trampled. So is this like a demigod? That's kind of nuts. Because I could just instantly kill him. And I'm like, oh, well, I have a forest. All my creatures have trample. Kind of wild. Especially for a green deck where some creatures can have a dumb amount of power. So that trample will really come in effect. Bredegard Stronghold. Bredegard Stronghold enters the battlefield. Tap. Add 1 green mana. And for 1 green, 2 yellow, tap, and sacrificing the Stronghold, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 creatures you control. They gain Vigilance and Lifelink until the end of turn, but I can only activate that as a sorcery. Conclave Bent or Centaur creature for 1 green, 1 white. If one or more creatures, or one more 1/1, I have the hiccups. If one or I shouldn't have cut myself off like that. If one or more 1/1 counters would be placed on a creature you control, that many plus 1/1 counters are put on that creature instead. Wait. And when Conclave Mentor dies, you gain life equal to power. If one or more 1/1 creature counters would be put on a creature you control, that many plus one. One counters are put on that creature instead. So it just adds another +1/1 is what I'm hearing, or what I'm interpreting that as. That many +1. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that seems like you would try to ramp it on her, just to be like, oh, like, dies, cool, life back. Constable of the Realm, a giant soldier, renowned 2. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't removed, put 2/1/1 counters on it and becomes renowned. When one or more 1/1 counters are put on Constable of the Realm, exile up to one. Oh, yeah. When one or more 1/1 counters are put on Constable of the Realm, exile up to one other target non-land permanent until Constable of the Realm leaves the battlefield. I could just continually cast that if I just constantly put 1 counters on it. Oh, if it isn't renowned, not removed, renowned. So really, once it's renowned, it can only stay. So it's like a person like literally becomes the giant. Elite Scale Guard. Ooh, I kind of like this. He's like a talisman on his shield. Elite Scale Guard enters the battlefield. Bolster 2. He is a creature human soldier 4 with 1 white. Choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control. Put a 2/1/1 counters on it. When a creature you control with a +1/+1 on attacks, target creature defending player controls. So I can just instantly take out a defender. Kind of nice. Enduring Scale Lord. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on another creature you control, you may put a 1/1 counter on it during Scale Lord. And he is a dragon creature with 4, 1 green, 1 white. That's a very cool dragon design. Reminds me of like a pit bull mixed with a pangolin. Hits to a dragon. Very big, broad upper body, small lower body, spiky diamond-shaped scales, 3 claws, broad. Next up, we have the Falkenrath Exterminator, a vampire archer. You might need to go in my vampire deck, my guy. Whenever the Exterminator deals combat damage to a player, put a 1/1 counter on it. And this is a 1 mana, 1 red creature. For 2 mana, 1 red, Falkenrath Exterminator deals damage to target creature equal to a number of 1/1 counters on Falkenrath Exterminator. That's kind of nuts. Because with this deck, this guy could have a bunch of 1/1 counters on him, and he'd just be doing stupid damage. Field of Ruin. Land, add a mana. For 2 mana and a tap, and sacrificing Field of Ruin, destroy target non-basic land and opponent controls. Each player chooses the library for a basic land card, puts it onto the battlefield, and shuffles. That's kind of cool, actually. I got Generous Gift again, so I'm not going to read that. Good Fortune Unicorn. 1 mana, 1 green, 1 white. Creature, Unicorn. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. Hamza, Guardian of Arasin. 4 mana, 1 green, and 1 white. This dude's an absolute unit. Legendary creature, Elephant Warrior. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each counter creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it. Get those counters, cast 3 spells. Nutty. Death Greeter's Champion. Creature, human warrior. 2 mana, 1 red. Dash for 3 mana, 1 red. You may cast a spell for its dash cost. If you do, it gains haste, and it's returned from the battlefield to its owner hand at the beginning of the next end step. So you can kind of cast it twice. And it has backup of 1. When this creature enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on a target creature. If that's another creature, it gains the following ability until the end of its turn. Double Strike. I like that. Uncivil Unrest. Alright. Looking like a Darksiders 3. Non-token creatures you control have riots. They enter the battlefield with a choice of 1/1 counter or haste. So in this deck, I'm probably going to do the 1/1 counter. And it's an enchantment for 4 mana, 1 red. If a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. Yeah. Give me that 1/1 counter. Or if it gets both and I give it haste and then do damage. Ichor Elixir for 4 mana, and it's an artifact. If you would roll 1 or more planar dice, instead roll that many planar dice plus 1 and ignore 1. Tap to add 2 mana. The corrupted essence of Kaldheim's world should begin to see first. That's crazy. I like reading the lore because I'm like, wait, I know that place they're talking about, and I know this place they're talking about. What does that mean for the lore? Mirror Style Master. This looks cool. I forgot. I should do this so y'all can kind of like see the card better. 4, 2 red, and a creature warrior. I mean, if y'all can see this better, I don't think I will actually say all that stuff that I'm saying before to make this go by a little bit faster. Backup 1. So typical enters the battlefield, 1 counter target creature. If that's another creature, it gains the following ability until end of turn. When this creature attacks, for each attacking modified creature you control, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that creature. Exile those tokens at the end of combat. My God. It's all equipment. It's all counters for this one. There's not a lot of artifacts that I've got to yet, and those artifacts don't really do they're not like equipment artifacts. Guardian Scale Lord, and it's a creature dragon. Y'all can see that, right? Yeah, y'all can for sure see that. Backup 1 for if 1/1 creature on target creature as this creature enters the battlefield. If that's another creature, it gains the following ability at the end of its turn. Till the end of its turn. Flying. Whenever this creature attacks, return target non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is this creature's power. That can be kind of crazy. Emergent Woodworm. Yo, who allowed the snakes to ball out and become a dragon? Backup 3. So, whenever this creature enters the battlefield, put 3 1/1 counters on target creature. If that's another creature, it gains the following ability to end a turn. Whenever this creature attacks, look at the top X cards of your library, X's power. You may put a permanent card with mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Path of the Pyromancer. Discard all cards in your hand. Add 1 red for each card discarded this way, then draw that many cards plus 1. Will the Planeswalkers. Starting with you, each player votes for Planeswalk or Chaos. If Planeswalk gets one voice, Planeswalk. If Chaos gets one vote, vote or the vote is tied, Chaos ensues. That's kind of cool. That looks like Chandra. Yeah, that's most definitely Chandra. Oh wait, that's a sorcery. Conclave Sledge Captain. Backup. Wait. This says backup one, backup one, backup one. 3 different instances. Whenever this creature enters the battle, put a 1 encounter on an entire creature. That's another creature. So I could just give 3 different creatures 1/1s. And trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, put them in 1/1 counters on it. Imagine it. And then imagine if I do that with like a bunch of tough creatures, dude. Each backup ability triggers separately. So either I can put 3 1/1s on one creature. Like I have 3 1/1 counters that I can distribute as I want. 3 to 1 creature, 3 to 3 separate creatures, 2 to 1, 1 to 1. That's kind of cool. Kalonian Hydra. Trample. Kalonian Hydra. It's just a battlefield with 4 1/1 counters on it. Whenever Kalonian Hydra attacks, double the number of 1 counters on it. Double the number of 1/1 counters on each creature you control. So this could automatically become a 8/8 when it attacks. And I can double the counter on each creature I control. I don't have enough 1/1 counters for this deck. Who allowed this? This is nuts. Machias, the Lunarch. Legendary creature, human cleric. Ooh, an X white too. Machias, the Lunarch, enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. Tap to put a 1/1 counter on Machias. Tap, remove a 1/1 counter and put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. Oh my god! We got Canopy Vista. That's just a land. A Forest Plains. Champion of Lambholt. Kind of. That's a basic card. Cinderglade, basic card. Dromaca's Command. And that's a new one I haven't seen before. Instant. Chosu. Prevent all damage target instant or sorcery spell would deal this turn. Target player sacrifices an enchantment. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. That's kind of nice. Because then I can make it so I fight a creature that I don't own. And I'm like, I want you gone, but you won't block with that creature. I know you won't block with that creature, so... I feel like this R&B is when it started R&B and very fast also threw lo-fi beats in there. I mean, I guess there could be lo-fi hip-hop R&B beats. Exotic Orchard, Land, Flame Rush Rider, Human Warrior 2. Whenever Flame Rush Rider attacks, create a token that's a copy of another target attacking creature, and that's tapped and attacking. Exile the token at the end of combat. Dash 2 for 2 mana, 2 red. Cast it for the dash cost. It gains haste, and it's returned from the battlefield to its owner hand at the beginning of the next end step. That's kind of nice, actually. If I really want to like just duplicate somebody real quick, like boom, dash, attack with these 2 creatures, copy that creature. This is 2 creatures. This guy, that I lose 2 creatures at my next turn. A very like a kind of a very fast like instant play, and then you kind of have to look back into it. But that could still be nice. Like I got 2 and I got 2 red. I don't have any spells or counter spells, or I don't really need floating mana. Cast it. Drop Rider. Got an enchantment. Another one finally. Whenever non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay a single red. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That token gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of your next end step. My God, this hiccup is annoying. Ooh, Forgotten Ancient. I really like this elemental. I'm not really gonna say what it is, but I have him in another deck. He's cool. He's fun. Fortified Village land, Furry Calm Snarl land, Game Trail land, Township land, Genesis Hydra. I already know what a Genesis Hydra is, so we're gonna move all these lands. Genesis Hydra is not gonna be talked about. Gyre Sage. Elf Druid. Evolve. When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if that creature has a greater power or toughness than this creature, put a 1/1 counter on that creature. For a tapping this creature, add you grade mana for each 1/1 counter on Gyre Sage. So if I just constantly make stronger creatures, I can just start putting +1s on this creature. And then for each +1 counter, when I tap this creature, I get a single point of green, which then could allow me to cast higher creatures, which then could allow me to put another thing on Gyre Sage. Very nice. Interesting. Very nice ramp card, because it can kind of ramp off itself if you have the right. You have to start with stronger cards, I guess. So we have a instant sorcery. Heaven deals X damage to each creature with flying. Earth. Aftermath. Cast this spell only from the graveyard and exile it. Earth deals X damage to each creature without flying. Heaven and Earth. Cast as an instant. Do its thing. X damage when, it's X mana. Then I can Aftermath it. That's kind of crazy. And it's an instant and a sorcery, so it's an instant first, so I'm going to put it on that deck. High Sentinels of Arashin. Flying. High Sentinels of Arashin get a +1 for each creature you control with a +1 counter on it. For 3 mana and a white, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Just absolute 1/1 counter ramp. Incubation Druid. Tap to add 1 mana of any type that a land you control would produce. If Incubation Druid has a 1/1 counter on it, add 3 mana of that type instead. For 3, 2 green, adapt 3. If this creature has no 1/1 counters on it, put 3 1/1 counters on it on. Yeah, but you can only really use that adapt once. That's kind of crazy, though. Inscription of Abundance. Kicker. I don't really like Kicker. Choose one if this spell was kicked. Oh, choose one. If this spell was kicked, choose any number instead. It put 2 1/1 counters on a target creature. Target player gains X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures they control. Target creature you control, fight target creature you don't control. Honestly, that's not a bad kicker. I've had ones that are way worse for the kicker. Ion Storm, an enchantment. Remove for 1 mana, 1 red. Remove a 1 red counter or a charge counter from a permanent you control. Ion Storm deals 2 damage to any target. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Kelsic Wolf Run, land, add mana for X. 1 red, 1 green. Tap. Trample, or target gets X +0. Gains trample until the end of turn. It's pretty nice. Might put that in my wolf deck for real. It would benefit off of that. Oh, Cranko. Krenko, so I'm not gonna talk about Krenko. But Krenko's cool. I like Krenko. Mana Gorger Hydra. Trample. Whenever a player casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on Mana Gorger. That's kind of nice. It's really nice. Ramp off of a blue deck or another red deck that likes to cast a lot. I mean, any deck really, but like the decks I think, cast the most spells in their lifetime while you're playing. That's a land, another land. Restoration Angel, Flash, Flying. When Restoration Angel enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-angel creature you control. Then return that card to the battlefield under your control. Nice little like exile return. Could trigger another thing. Oh, Pima Renegade. I have this one. I'm just gonna put it here. I'm sure y'all can read that real quick. You can pause it. So. Then we got Semesters and Instant. Exile any number of target creatures and or planewalkers you control. At the beginning of the next end step, return each of them to the battlefield under its owner's control. Each of them enters the battlefield with additional +1 counter on it if it's a creature. If it's a creature, an additional loyalty counter on it if it's a planewalker. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I've never read about a card that affects the loyalty counters of planeswalkers. My headphones are kind of on my ear. Strionic Resonator. For 2 mana, tap, copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. A triggered ability uses the words when, whenever, or at. Huh. Triggered abilities. So now I would have to like Rishka. When Rishka enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. That's kind of nuts because you just copy the ability without having to copy the creature. It's a land. Sunscorched Regent. Flying. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 counter on Sunscorched Regent and you get a life. Kind of nuts. I mean, honestly, to me, all dragons are kind of crazy. Ooh, I like this art. Together forever. Lovers, it looks like. When Together Forever enters the battlefield, support 2. Put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. For 1 mana, choose a target creature with a counter on it. When that creature dies this turn, return that card to its owner's hand. Ooh, put some insurance on a card if I believe it's gonna die soon or at some point. Triskelion! When it enters the battlefield, Triskelion enters the battlefield with 3 1/1 counters on it. Remove a 1 counter from Triskelion to deal 1 damage to any target. As it's just absolutely skewering another artifact creature. Hindervines. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures with no 1/1 counters on them. Huh. That is a instance. Another inspiring call. Draw a card for each creature you control with a 1/1 on it. Those creatures gain indestructible until end of turn. Crazy, bro. Jungle Shrine. Ooh, I think I might have that on another deck. This next card has a very nice card art. I like it. I like it. Honestly, when you hear me hit the like, that's a ooh, that's ooh, very nice, very nice, a very nice card, very nice card. Human Knight Ranger. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a woman counter on that creature and on Juniper Ranger Rengar. Rengar, Juniper, Order Ranger. That's kind of cool. This Boundless Automaton. Mindless Automaton enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it. For 1 mana and discarding a card, put a 1/1 counter on Mindless Automaton. Remove 2 1/1 counters from Mindless Automaton to draw a card. Very interesting card art. Rogue's Passage Land. Ooh, an ooze. That is a Soul Ring. Slurk All Ingesting enters the battlefield with 5 1/1 counters on it. When Slurk or another creature you control dies, if it had a 1/1 counter on it, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control that has a 1/1 counter on it. So please don't kill Slurk. Slurk. I imagine saying that like, I can't Slurk. That. Damn, bro. She slurked on my creature until she was all ingested. I hate those memes. Because some of them catch me so off guard and they do get me. That's kind of crazy. So now I kind of wonder, because that's my, from both of these commander decks, that's like my third partner card, or third or fourth partner card I pull. I have to look up how partner commanders work, because I've seen themed partners, but I've never seen ones that are just like, it just has partner. Like, you can partner with anybody as long as it works. Though I do know some people will partner just for the color, and not even like to use the commander. Like, I just want that color in my deck. I don't want to actually use that commander card. Or I only use it to, like, I got nothing else to do, so cast a commander. Temple of the False God. We got the Instance of Swords. Swords to Plowshares? Sure. Instant, that's a land, and I believe the last of these cards are in fact just lands. I have 2 mountains in this bitch, bro. That's crazy. All right. Well, 3 hours open up 2 packs. I think that's pretty cool. May or may not either record or stream opening this bundle another time. I probably would take another hour just to look at those cards between opening all the packs, and like I would want to like open a pack, look at it, open another pack, look at it, open another. No. And I got a box too. So this just seems like a straight 1/1 counter deck. Like, I'm literally just gonna be placing 1/1 counters on people over and over and over and over and over again, and then just ramping up off of that. I don't know what you would call this, because a lot of my custom decks are tribal decks. Like, I have a, not a custom made tribal zombie deck, but like the zombie pre-build that I switch some cards out. I have the Spirit pre-build for Millicent that I changed up a little bit. Chishiro's deck, I completely changed up his because I had a lot of other crazier artifacts and counter cards and auras from other people. My my blue. Why am I sniffling? My mono blue deck. It is an artifact tribal. I have a red green deck. That's a wolf tribal. I believe my pilot deck. That's like a artifact creature tribal to like pilot. My fault. A plane just came super close, like to my house. That thing's at least that thing's only like. Nah, that's probably a lie. What I'm about to say. Nah, I would say what was that? 400, 300 feet in the air. Maybe my depth is off. Not to get, I kind of got off topic there. What other tribals do I have? I know my dragon tribal. I was talking about that earlier. I have a Bane deck, but I don't remember what kind of. No, I don't think that was a tribal. It was slightly zombie-ish for the black cards, but it's also white blue. I think the blue was just instant sorceries, and the whites were some splash of creatures in there somewhere. I really just need to go through all of my little decks. Oh, and this one's a rebel. The previous deck I opened is a rebel tribal, I believe. I would say rebel tribal. It spawns a lot of tokens, or I think that would be a better token tribal. Would you consider that a tribal deck? Because to me, tribals is the like what it's like the creature type, like all wolves, all Phyrexians, all Eldrazi, all oozes, all wolves, all like dragons and hydras and plants and stuff like that, all walls. Oh, right. Well, I don't know. Cause I think if I'm trying to think, I do want to show me opening this pack, but I also do want a video to come out next week. That's just not me doing. I don't want to do 2 card backs in a row without having something else in that week at least. So maybe today's Wednesday. I have Thursday off. I might start recording some videos here and there. I want to try out the feature on YouTube where it's a timed video type thing, where what's the word I'm looking for? Like, or not a timed video. Is it timed? Like a deferred video, like it will come out, like even though I recorded it and I uploaded it to YouTube, it doesn't drop until I specify a time for it to drop. So I might do a thing where like, man, I honestly should probably do that more often on my days that I like live stream, maybe record before or after something, and then I upload that. Cause then, like, playing games all day is not my thing. It's doing that multiple times in the week, like for live stream before recording. I don't mind doing it in my free time when I don't have the like stigma of being good, because I'm not that good on all my videos and stuff. But I like recording because, like, honestly, fuck shit happens, and I think that's what's really cool to get on camera, or funny, I should say. But I might see if I can try a new thing where I start doing streaming once a week, videos twice a week, and honestly, that just constitutes. I might not start it when I'm gone, or I record. Ooh, I could record some videos while I'm gone, because I'm gonna be in a hotel room. I'm gonna be by myself, and I think at the levels I talk, like, even if I quiet it down. I think if I like just turn my mic up like this, y'all could still hear me, and I wouldn't need to yell in my hotel room. And honestly, I would just have to look like this, so I just know how loud I am. I will say most of the games I play has feedback, but I like to sometimes talk over the game because the volume y'all hear and the volume I hear is too different, especially when I play something like Valorant Siege because I really need to hear that volume level detail. I mean, but honestly, I really could just talk like this all the time. I'm not like, when I talk like this, I feel like I'm not yelling, but I like to really like enunciate my voice and really project my voice, so it makes me, of course, want to sound louder, especially with the deeper voice I have. I've been told all my life, deep voice projects louder. It's gonna sound louder, reach distances, but I don't need to. I can talk like this, and especially when I'm recording and I'm not like in the moment reacting. I mean, you will see the in the moment reaction still, but like it's not something like freaking out because I don't see myself recording Valorant, recording Siege, recording something like League, or I mean live. Yeah, no, like recording it. I think those are way better as live stream games. Not gonna lie, but I think it'd still be cool. So I'm gonna see what I can do. Maybe May be my month. Maybe May be my month when I really start recording more. I really do want to get back in recording. I do need to. I have a different editing software than I have last time, but it seems simpler from what I've seen. So hopefully I could set it up to to record. And I'm gonna be planning to even move into my own spot here soon. So then I will have an entire space to myself that is my space. No one's intruding me. And I love my dog, but having to get up to take my dog in the middle of live streams is not annoying, but like I'm like if she has to do a lot, I'm like, well, I'm not leaving you outside, and I'm not going to just go back to my stream and ignore you. That's just neglect. But yeah. So that was Bright Palm Soul Awakener, the Call for Backup deck, and Nayeli the something something of the Rebellion Rising deck. As my nose is getting snotty, and I don't like that. I don't even know, dude. I have a two white black cards. I don't even know a single deck I can put these in. I have my Bane deck, and it's not even that good. I'm not putting these two crazy cards in there. I'm selling this other one. I'm probably selling it $2. At that point, I just need 30 cards I can sell for $2. And I have some cards I know for a fact that are like double digits. My Jenga taxes is like $8 or $9. Well, or $10 last time I checked. So I'm gonna put a little bit of depreciation on it. I got a other card. I got like a copper dragon or bronze dragon. One's are very expensive and one's not as expensive, but it's like $50. Like you go into double digits, I think that's pretty nice for a sell price. But yeah, I will catch y'all later. Please like, subscribe, share for more. If you did enjoy this little card opening stream, I would like to do some more again if you guys do enjoy this. Not forcing you to like or anything. But yeah, I will see you guys